inspiration, motivation, involvement, and empowerment only here at the Microphone Club Radio Show. Brought to you by the Microphone Club, Pochology Academy, Creative Voices Productions. In behalf of our founder and producer, the one and only voice master of the Philippines, Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez, we are your hosts, Ana David.
Hi, my name is Mike Acuña. Good morning.
And we have our guests here today. Introduce yourselves, please.
Hello, good morning, everyone. This is Frank Rizzo, the terrific host.
And the total host, Tony Bilaro. Good morning, everyone.
So the Microphone Club Radio Show is a show where we discuss the most interesting topics from the top of your head to the tip of your tongue. Be informed, inspired, involved, and empowered. The Microphone Club Radio Show, streaming every Sunday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon, and airing live from HI Media Center, DZRJ, 8:10 a.m. Like us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/The Microphone Club. No more standing alone. Be one of us.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. And we can tell that it's going to be a totally terrific morning.
Correct.
Pun intended.
Wow,
All pun intended. All pun intended. So good morning, everyone. Yeah. So for those just tuning in to our show, so we have this show every Sunday. We are the Microphone Club. We are an organization of events hosts, voice actors, voice artists, and all the talents involved in the voice industry using the microphone. So good morning to everyone tuning in.
Yes.
This week, we have a very interesting topic. If you've been following our show the past few weeks, we've had topics on health, and last week it was on personal branding.
Yes.
And
Personal
getting
branding.
personal branding. So this week, I think we have a very interesting topic which flows from last week, which is about the customer experience,
Yes.
specifically for events. What do you
Yes.
think, Mike?
Ako, it's very... How can one say that it's not important? I can't imagine anyone else saying that customer service is... being part of events or in the industry of events is not sales, right?
Yes.
It's just the previous week we were talking about personal branding and how it's important. And also, it was a couple of episodes ago we had Addy Amor here. Hi, Addy. Diba? She also touched on how branding is important. But more than that, it's not really... Hindi lahat ng mga hosts or public speakers or voice actors for that matter, which is all of us, no? Hindi nila effectively all the time, di ba? Nabebenta ang sarili nila just because of their branding. Also, there has to be this immersive experience that you have to involve your customer in, di ba? So, ayun, I think we're going to be revolving around that. Yung kwentuhan natin, iikot doon, di ba? Ayun, so we have, of course, the terrific host, Frank, and the total host, Mr. Tony Bilaro.
Medyo...
what do you think about that?
Cringe pa rin ako pag nasabi yung mga ganyang intro. Anyway.
That's
Sorry,
you.
sorry,
That's
sorry.
you.
That's me.
Yeah.
So my thoughts on that, of
Yes.
course. Well, without our clients, we're nothing to begin with.
Yes.
So it's always important for us to know how to handle them.
Yes.
Diba? And I agree with Mike. Lahat yata ng galaw, everyone, any industry in that matter, kailangan ng customer service.
Correct. How about
Diba?
you, Frank? What your overall about our topic? Are you excited about today's topic?
Yep, I am very much excited kahit na wala pang tulog from event kagabi and then kanina for call center radio. Thank you, Lord, for
That's the
keeping
terrific
me,
host for you.
keeping me awake. Clients, without the clients, we're nothing. No, we will
Yep.
not be existing. So it's really important for us to talk about how we handle them, the do's and the don'ts
Yes.
in handling clients.
So I think what I'd like to do today is let's take it. There's such a concept as the customer journey.
Yes.
We all often talk about this if you work in a corporate setting, right? But I think for events, it's also very relevant for events hosts, even if the product is essentially ourselves, right? So we can start actually from, I'd like to start with prospecting. How do you actually put yourself out there and attract, quote unquote, new clients? So, Frank, what are your experiences with that?
Prospecting, you mean looking for the
Yes.
clients that you want to tap?
Yes.
Say, Class A clients, B, C, and all
Yes.
that. Okay. Most of the time, my clients ay nasa C, middle class clients, because it's a church most of my clients are from the church that I belong, Victory in Christ Christian Fellowship International, and then their friends I get referred to their friends, to the people they know. So basically, it all starts with them referring me to the other clients. But I do advertise my services as well. I post on Facebook. I have what I call scheduled posting, MWF, because Saturdays and Sundays, those days are allotted for events, because that's when we have our events, right? So aside from the personal referral, word of mouth, promotion, Facebook promotion.
Oh, great. So how about you, Tony?
Well, in my case, I have to be guilty about that na hindi ako masyadong nagpo-post and all that sa regarding advertising or advertising myself, if there's such a term. Mostly referrals. Doon ako umaasa actually. Mostly what my perspective is, if you're really good and tatata ka, and then word of mouth. I think that's the best form of advertising. So and if you will check on my clientele, lahat sila konektado. If not some of them connected, kapatid ni ganyan or kamag-anak ni ganito or ni-refer ni ganito si ganyan. So if I can create a chart or a tree, konektado sila
tree.
lahat. Not necessarily, blood related though, but may connect to each other.
2 degrees
So
of
I'm
separation.
creating that kind of network. And it goes with all the classes, A, B, and C. So lahat siya, ganun siya, lahat siya is connected, I should say.
And aside from the referrals from the friends or from the people you know, the co-suppliers you work
Yes.
with, caterers, videographers, photographers, and whatnot.
Tama. Sa lahat ng mga suppliers na nakatrabaho na namin, maraming salamat.
Oo nga, salamat.
Parang
Sana
lahat.
maulit.
Yeah.
Paulit-ulit.
Tsaka 'di ba parang okay, we at first thought, off the top of our heads, we think about our clients, we think about potential clients, pero yung mga referrals ng ating mga kapwa suppliers, we kind of leave that out. So ako, I'm guilty of that. So maraming salamat. Saying hi to Zai Imahe, to Day One Project. Ayan, maraming salamat sa inyo.
Mike, I want to ask you.
Yes.
So we let's assume we put ourselves out there so people know, or we are able to attract our target customers. How many inquiries do you get in a day?
Inquiries.
Yes, and how do you
Recently?
Yes, and how do you respond to these inquiries?
Kulang yata yung 2 hours kay Mike.
Ay,
Oo.
hindi. Hindi sa ganun. Pero sa akin ngayon, there's been, sa akin siguro, ngayon, mahina na yung 3 sa isang araw. Because of the Facebook posts.
Yes.
Mainly kasi, I don't really, I'm a follower of how some communities have pages or forums,
Yes.
right? Like you do. I see your posts every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sa akin, I'm not really active kasi wala pa akong like a running blurb that I can use across all platforms. I'm better off spontaneous, and I think I'd like to bank on that as my strength. So iba-iba yung captions niya. I offer variety. So ang ginagawa ko is I post on this page, my own page. Paki-like nga pala.
Go ahead.
Facebook.com/testmike12. That's one word. You'll be sure to find all of my hosting work there. What was the question again?
So when you get an inquiry, so how do you get your inquiries? Through email or text?
a lot of them are through email. A couple of people just make calls out of the blue. Biglang kaya nila na parang sino to? Diba? May ganun parang hello, yes, good morning. Oh yeah, you're interested in getting me. Ganito po, ganyan.
Minsan scary, no? Kasi you don't know who's calling and then
Exactly.
nag-host ka parang okay. Sige.
So that's a lesson,
Yeah.
right? Every phone call is an opportunity. Kasi a lot of people now, pag hindi nakasave yung number,
Yes.
natatakot sagutin.
Correct.
But what's the harm in answering the call?
Well, in our case, talagang we have to take the risk. Kasi
Yes.
dati before this, pag may tumatawag na number lang, pero I really don't answer. Pero ngayon, that's my mentality now. Baka client or ni-refer ni ganito or something.
So for the benefit of our, let's say, our fellow hosts who could be watching today, or anyone actually who's in the business of selling yourself or selling any product or service for that matter, let's go through one by one. For example, for a phone call, what would be the best practice in taking a a phone call from a prospective
Pabalik tayo sa call center
customer.
radio.
Yes.
When you take the phone
So we
call.
have here our BPO industry
Yes.
veterans.
Oh, veterans talaga.
Maybe you can share something about that.
Yeah, kasi if you're thinking that's a potential customer, dapat umpisa pa lang, greeting mo pa lang is medyo may impact ka na.
Yes.
Diba?
Sample.
Naman.
Naman, natawagan mo ako ngayon.
Ring,
ring.
Calling Tony Bilaro.
Parang
Call
nesting lang.
simulate nesting no? Yeah, I mean seriously, the way you say hello or hi, good evening po.
Isang hello nga dyan. Isang hello nga dyan.
Hello. Yeah.
Short and sweet lang.
Short and sweet.
Ako, I have in mind na the moment I posted my number, I'm expecting for calls talaga.
Okay.
Kaya nga ngayon, after the workshop, after the Batch 1 workshop for the Microphone Club, Fundamentals of Hosting and Public Speaking, I tried not to give out my number so that people will contact me directly to my page because I have an assistant who can answer inquiries because I get like 5 to 7 inquiries whenever I post. So if somebody calls me through my mobile phone, ganun pa rin. This is this is fine. How can I help you? That.
Yeah. So how about for email? I think you receive more inquiries via email, Mike. So
Yes.
you shared with me recently an interesting way how you reply.
Yeah, actually, I learned it from one of my idols. See, if you know Tony Robbins, he's a motivational speaker and also a philanthropist. And he likes adding a personal touch because, you know, you can't be in touch all the time if you're a billionaire. So if you reply, it has to make an impact. So sa akin, ginagawa ko, I used to reply kapag in-email ako, email din ako. I have templates that I send and I thought that was the way to go. But what I do now, kunyari, when people email me asking me if I'm free on this date and ask me for the rates, what I do is I record my voice and send a voice note. So that way, you know, it's really, yun ang ginagawa ko, parang, hi client, hi, I'm sorry. Kunyari sasabi ko na lang, and most of the time, I really can't reply email, like, spend 5 to 10 minutes just replying. So it will take you, like, what? 30 seconds max if you want to really customize and have it. Basically, you're giving your client a preview of how you sound like and your personality over the phone. It's easier for them to imagine because you're painting them that clear of a picture when you're replying over email. So
yeah,
that's helped me a lot.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Gawin ko nga yan.
Go for it.
Go for it because it's like a audition.
Yes.
Right?
Because that's what it is. That's what it is. It's an audition. A lot of people would ask for your profile.
And video.
Diba? So that's why you upload that on Facebook or whatever social platform you're on, media platform you're on. Pero sa akin kasi, parang it's different when it's personalized. It's like this person talked on his phone for me. May ganong added value. I think that's what we're all about. It's adding value to our clients' events and showing value for ourselves in the same breath.
Yeah, but one good thing about using a certain medium for you to communicate with your customer is that the information will not be scattered. You can have one place to look for all the details for that said event.
Right.
Which in your case would be Facebook, right?
Yeah.
You prefer to answer on Facebook so that you can track everything.
Yes.
Bongga, may assistant si Fran.
Oo nga eh.
How to be you po.
May handler.
May handler, how to be you po. So assuming so now we were going through the sales funnel essentially, right? So you have a lot of inquiries. How many typically of those would actually turn into client bookings?
Ay, good question.
Yeah. I'm curious because
Hindi lahat.
for everyone watching, I'm a newbie host and these guys have been doing it for much longer than me. That's why it's a learning experience for me just as much as it is for you. Tony.
Okay. Siguro sa lahat ng nag-inquire, parang let's say 5, 1 to nothing, yan.
So it's 20%.
20% lang ang
hit rate.
Pero as I've said nga, since most of my clients are referrals, parang sure ball na yon.
Yeah, we'll go back to that topic later when about how the power of
definitely not everyone would sign up because they're like shopping around.
Right.
You know, consider yourself as a commodity. Okay, nandun ka sa stante ng supermarket and then they choose.
Mabenta ka.
Yun nga, dapat and maganda yung ginawa ni Mike kasi one step ano na siya, sending the voice recording and all
Right.
those. One step further na siya to the rest of the auditioners.
And I think it's also not just because they don't like you but they're probably looking for a certain style
Mhm.
that maybe it's just not a match between the client and the service
Yeah.
provider. I mean, or the host, because
Right.
it's a personality, it's a relationship that you build, right?
Yes. Especially for corporate kasi kung diretso ka sa client, I think there will be more chances. But if that's a corporate merong organizer or merong production something,
Yes.
they really have to screen everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. How about for you? How about for you, Frank? Kumbaga, ilan dun sa inquiries in a day? Because I'm imagining, just like Tony, you have a lot of inquiries because of
Mhm.
the effort that you put into promoting yourself on social media. How much of those translate into actual bookings?
Same thing actually. Say 5 to 7 inquiries. So 1 to 2 bookings, because there are other factors to consider. Say you already booked for that event.
Yes.
Yep. So we have bookings. We take bookings 6 months before the event, right? Or
Right.
even a
Grabe.
year
Yeah. True.
before the event, and then the budget of the client as well.
Okay.
We can talk about that as well.
Yes.
It will not match their working budget, so that would not translate to a confirmed booking.
That's true. Pero I think we can count it as a confirmed booking if only ang only conflict is hindi ka available on that date because they still want to get
Yeah,
you
they
for
wanna
that
get
date.
you.
Yun.
Mm.
But
So
how often does that happen? How often does that
it
happen?
happens. I think it happens
Quite-
almost the same ratio. Tama.
Especially
Diba?
pag December. Pag
Lalo.
peak season.
Lalo.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I had one, I think July yun eh. Basta ang dami niya. Siguro 3 inquiry on the same day. Parang like everyone wanna celebrate their birthday on the same day or get married on the same day. What's with that date? So hindi na pwede. Parang on my end, parang let's say mas malaki yung offer. Parang sayang. Pero of course you
Yeah.
have to stick to what you have
Yes.
signed up for. Na parang
Exactly.
umuo ka na dun sa isang client. That would also show what kind of character you have.
Yes,
Understood.
yes.
Parang
Understood.
nanghihinayang. Again, we'd like to say hi to everyone tuning in on Facebook Live. I think we have
Yeah.
a lot of
a lot of comments actually. We'd like to say hi to Miss Angela Padilla. Sabi niya national smoking sa zona sa Batasan Pambasa bukas.
On Monday, yeah.
Yeah.
Public service.
Public service lang po.
Bautista Raymond Salceda says, Tony, that's my trainer and my boss. Shout out, idol.
Who's that? Sino daw?
Yan, Bautista Raymond Salceda.
Oh, yes.
Batista.
Hi, Raymond. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning sa lahat na nakikinig. MA Buendia, good morning. Good,
Good
morning,
morning.
White.
MA.
Yep, MA, our main host for Call Center Radio.
Yes.
Nice. Hi, MA. Nice to meet you. Ayan. So, ang sa akin, I wanted to ask then another curious question from a fellow host. Pag kunyaring when it comes to talking about like sitting down with a client, right? And they want to know what you're about, and most likely by the time na nagkita-kita na kayo, they already know what they're about to get.
Yeah.
Now, when say you have your own style of executing an event, right? Because not all hosts just host. I'm guessing, I have a really good feeling that you guys make your own programs then.
Yes.
So when would be a good time to bust that out? Because some clients, I'm not saying that all of them, but it does happen. This does happen. What happens is they get you and your program, and then when you try to seal the deal, like I don't know, with securing a down payment or signing a contract, paano kapag kunyari hindi siya nag-follow through after you've shown them the program? Do you feel cheated? Like, it's a real question.
Okay. Yeah, and I have
Like-
some real answer for that.
There we go. That's what it's
Based
all
on
about.
my experience. I don't want to name names. Yeah.
It's not.
I have a coordinator contact me. Hey, I'll be getting you as a host for this
Okay.
event. Ganyan. So right after a workshop from somewhere, I rushed to the meeting place somewhere in Ortigas, and then I talked about the program and all. Siguro that was a 1 hour good of meeting yan,
Okay.
and the program the concept and everything. I even had my contract
Ready
signed
na. As in,
by
signed.
them.
Oh.
signed na to.
Signed.
Yes, they signed it. And dahil mabait ako, hindi ako nagpa-down payment. Okay? And then the following day,
Mhm.
or 2 days after, the client called me na, oh, my mom got na another host, blah, 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 blah. Parang, okay. Okay, sir. Yun na lang yung sabi ko. Okay, I don't wanna argue anymore.
Right.
I don't wanna get also mad at the coordinator because she introduced me to that client. So, charge your experience.
Yes.
But
Number-
I'm sure it doesn't happen that often, right?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
But when it does, it's important. The reason I'm asking you that question is because I want to be able to share with people who have had or done the best practices in the industry,
Mhm.
just like you gentlemen, parang how to be able to protect ourselves then.
Mm-mm.
And how to react to a certain stimuli.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So that's where I'm coming from with that question.
And I think this is one thing about the Microphone Club. We're trying to promote a certain level of standard of
Yes.
professionalism
And consciousness too, yeah.
in the
Mhm.
industry. So these are the types of topics that are very, very important to us, and especially for new hosts, because you know
Mhm.
you don't have as much time probably or money or resources to invest in these things, because time for us, time really is
Yes.
money. Is
Yeah.
money, right? So that's an important thing. So you would always have your first meeting only after you confirm with the client. Is that how it goes?
In my
Well,
case,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
In my case,
Go
no.
ahead.
Though 90% the client already agreed on the talent fee, the client already set a scheduled meeting, and then
Okay.
when you meet, that's when you discuss the program and have the contract signed and have the down payment. In my case, I'll just go back to what you said about the down payment. I try to make it a point to explain to the client that the down payment is necessary for us to be to make the deal valid and to seal it, kagaya ng pinost ni Mike.
At ang title natin ngayon. Yes.
Kasi without the down payment, I also explained to the client that I will not block my
May date,
schedule.
oo.
Yes, because there are
Tama.
other client inquiries.
Right. And let me just add on to that. Meeting, yes, dapat we agreed na that you will get me.
Mhm.
Okay? Even with
Tama.
walang down payment via online transfer and whatnot. So, I'm just taking your word for it. On the other hand, since I also do event coordination, doon medyo iba.
Of course.
Some clients,
Yes.
and with my business partner Larry, we agreed onto this. We can have a meeting just for presentation, no commitment. We just want to present who we are.
Yeah.
But
Ganun
not
lang.
really specific ideas yet, right?
Yes. Pero of course, we just want to present our company or what we can do. But definitely, let's not talk about your event yet.
Oh, the specifics.
Kasi merong one client sa amin na nagtanong, kumuha na ng ideas, and at the end of the day,
Hindi kayo kinuha.
wala, hindi kami kinuha. So, natuto na kami doon.
So by the way, good morning, Larry. We like to say hi to Larry.
It's good morning. Yeah, so yun yung agreement namin when it comes to event coordination. For hosting, since I am also affiliated with that event coordination, di ba? Iba yun. It's my own thing. Pero when it comes to that, ganun yung agreement namin. We can just present. We even tell that to the customer, to the client. No commitment, ma'am. We can just spend time with you. I mean, ano na rin yun, medyo edge na rin yun kasi
Yes,
nagbigay ka ng oras for the customer, di ba? Or for the client. And then, we just want to show you our portfolio. Kung hindi naman sila amenable on the day, we just send them our coffee table soft copy book. So, ganun lang.
That's with the coordination because you will not, unlike hosting, you can upload your videos so that
Yes.
people will have a grasp already as to how you host, how you speak,
True.
and all that. So that's a different thing. talaga.
Ibang storya yon.
Okay, so this is a very interesting topic, and as we move forward, and it's time check. It's 10:30 in the morning. We'll just pause for a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Ito ang DZRJ 810 AM H-Rai Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
deliver. Stand out and be the best with 8 Tri-Media Pro Incorporated. Your way to infinite possibilities.
Makibahagi sa bawat talakayan. Ihayag ang inyong reaksyon sa mga programa ng A-Try Media sa aming mga social media accounts. A-Try Media-TV sa Facebook, A-Try Media DZRJ 810 sa Twitter, at A-Try Media sa Instagram. Makiisa sa bawat programa ng A-Try Media sa social media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino, DZRJ 810 AM. Ito ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino, A-Try Media, DZRJ 810 AM. This program is brought to you by A-Try Media Pro Incorporated.
And we're back. Good morning once again. So we're here on the Microphone Club radio show. It's 10:32 in the morning. So we're talking to, so it's me, Ana David, your host, and
your co-host. My name is Mike Acuña.
and we're here with our terrific guest.
Yes.
Frank Rizzo.
And the total guest, Tony Bilang.
So this is a running joke. That's not really a running joke, but you
Yeah.
know, we're all events hosts here, and we have our own. We have to promote ourselves. So one way we promote ourselves is with our hashtags. So we
Yeah.
all have our own hashtags. Mine is Events by Ana David.
Mine is Mike Hosts too. Mike Hosts, TOO.
Yep, and mine is hashtag the terrific host.
Terrific naman talaga.
And the
yours?
total host.
So labanan ng hashtag.
Labanan ng hashtag.
Hashtag wars.
Ubusan ng adjective.
Oo, basta ng adjective. No, it's for the host word, di ba?
So for those just tuning in this morning, we are talking about delivering a superior end-to-end customer experience for our clients, which are who are usually either corporate or private individuals, families who get us as events hosts for their special occasions. So we talked about we opened up talking about how do we put ourselves out there, how do we handle inquiries, and now before the break we started talking about how do we actually do the first client meeting. So normally, how many client meetings would you have for hosting, for example?
For hosting, I think it's safe to say that, I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but is it a seasonal thing for
Yeah,
us?
it is.
It is seasonal. So, depende talaga. Well, malapit na yung bear months. Ito na yon.
But I assume for the bear month season, you would have already had your meetings and your booked your clients for December, or there's some na biglaan pa rin, hindi pa rin.
Meron pa din eh.
Pa rin.
Meron pa din.
Which is a good thing. It's never a bad thing when you have a client out of the blue wanting to get you for an event.
Yeah.
Na, uy, okay, sige, I still have a couple of days for this month free. So yeah, let me get this. Let me get
And
this.
yeah, and of course here in the Microphone Club, 'di ba, when let's say fully booked na si Mike or something, then he can tap someone else na, "Uy, can you cover for me?" Mga
Which you've done
ganon.
for me. Thank
And
you.
you've done also
Thank
for
you so much.
thank you. You're totally terrific, Tony.
Totally terrific.
You're totally terrific.
Hindi, kasi which is good kasi 'di ba, it just shows that minsan yung client isipin mo rin na baka hindi pumayag and all, pero the standard that we put into this kind of industry is
Totoo.
iba talaga.
And I think it's important because when you yourself cannot accommodate a request, but they already, let's say the client believes in your talent and would like to get you, the person you refer is a reflection on your...
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
So dapat rin tayo sa pag-refer, 'di ba? Parang just like one time Giro, if you're watching, hello. Kasi someone wants to get me as a host, and then I have to refer someone na feeling ko magugustuhan ng client based on how she sees me. Then, so parang feeling ko si Giro, mukhang okay to si Giro. I mean, I wouldn't, naman someone na, kasi tama si Ana, it would be a reflection of you, of the Microphone Club, and the people you work with. And let me just touch base again sa meeting. I'm not sure with everyone else. How many meetings, let's say you've signed the contract na with the client for hosting, how many meetings yung nasa contract?
Yeah, that's I was gonna ask that also. So how many meetings would you normally have before an event with a particular client, Frank?
Well, what's stipulated in my contract is that one meeting outside Mandaluyong City and second or third meeting within the vicinity of Mandaluyong.
So kung pinuntahan ka sa bahay, only.
Yeah, okay. Mag-Baguio meeting kami for the first meeting, that's fine. I'll exert effort for that, but that's counted as the first meeting. Second and third, it will have to be Mandaluyong or within the vicinity
Within the
lang
area.
talaga siya.
Well, that's fair because it's, again, time is money and there's resources. I mean, there's transportation,
Exactly.
traffic, so it's only fair.
And most of the time, I make it a point na lahat talaga discussed na kapag first meeting pa lang, tapos text na lang, email, Facebook page kapag merong mga adjustments na kailangang
So,
gawin.
only consultation.
Yes, only
yes.
consultation. Ako on my contract, one physical meeting.
Yeah.
Pero baliktad tayo. Before tayo mag-physical meeting, okay na kami online.
Okay.
Oo.
So that's interesting kasi kanya-kanyang style. So could you share, I'm interested to know because I'm sure, how many meetings would you have in a week, for example?
It depends again since this is a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
So for bookings for June and July, bookings would be for bare months. So siguro in a week mga three most.
And after the day job, dapat.
Yeah, after the day job.
Well, true, because for everyone tuning in, Frank and Tony here have day jobs and they're very good at their day jobs, and
Yeah.
Mike here is a professional freelance
Yeah.
everything.
I'm a rogue.
And you have a day and night job also.
I have a day, night, early morning job, so
Which is everywhere.
yeah, but I'm still starting out, so I don't have as many meetings as you guys, right?
But really have to set expectations, lalo na syempre sa traffic, kalaban mo yan eh. So some clients would come from north, south, and you have to look for a common or meet halfway talaga kami minsan. And I'd like to be honest, and I'd like to apologize for some clients na minsan talagang nag-iiba-iba yung location kasi at saka yung schedule. Pero so far, nami-meet naman namin.
But can you share? I'm interested to know. Can you share what are your very interesting, quote-unquote, experiences during that first client meeting? Anecdotes or anything? Okay, don't. It can be funny. It can be, something like that. Do you have any memorable, I remember asking recently, who pays for coffee, for example?
Actually, when I had my workshop, before pa yung mga workshop natin sa TMC, topic din yan eh, who pays for the coffee? Dapat talaga client daw. Pero minsan kasi naiya ako.
Ako din. Lalo kapag ako yung nauna sa meeting place.
Yeah, actually yun ang tip. Dapat pag mauna ka, order ka na.
Yeah, ayun.
But you can't be late, right?
Oh, definitely.
Can't be late.
Can't be late. So,
always early.
Tingin mo sa akin.
Can't be late. Yeah, can't be late. But actually, I used to, for you guys may not know, I was in sales for about 5 years. So to my colleagues and clients from my previous life, I was in sales for about 5 years, account management specifically, and I guess that's different because you can always expense or charge the coffee to your company, right? But as a host, it comes out of pocket, and the TF might not even be sometimes sufficient for your costs.
Expenses.
Most of the time, it isn't. Diba?
But it just keeps it going, right?
Keeps going.
You have to dry clean.
Let me just, hindi naman talaga requirement, well, for me, hindi naman talaga requirement na you order for me.
Yeah.
Sige kayo, umorder kayo for just to, kasi may place tayo na inoccupy in that particular coffee shop or restaurant.
Right.
But you don't have to buy me anything.
Yes.
Although hindi naman siya sinasabi na, wag na po or something. Pero, pero for me, no.
But normally, so when you have these first meetings, have you had clients that are super shy or like biglang nagulat kayo? They already knew exactly what they wanted. I mean, what would be a perfect client meeting for you, Frank? Ideal situation.
The ideal client would be a client who is clueless about what's gonna happen.
Oh, okay.
Because that client will just absorb everything that you will be presenting to that client.
Wow.
And most often than not, my clients are clueless about my program, about how I run the event, and they will end up dropping their jaws.
Nice.
So
that's it.
So that's customer delight right
Right,
there, and you
yes.
haven't even delivered your service.
Yes.
Isn't that fantastic?
I agree.
And going back to your question a while ago, most memorable first meeting with a client, I've had a client who cried on the meeting, not because inaway ko siya or whatnot, but because I gave that client a sample of my script.
Nice.
Makapagbagdamdamin.
Damdamin. Ako, yeah, that's great. Like tears of joy to, of course. Di ba? Ang galing. Totally terrific.
Right. Totally terrific.
May gusto lang din akong i-share. Ito, siguro mga 5 years pa lang ako nag-host nun. Siguro, yeah. So,
You're so tagal mo na nag-host, Mike.
Actually,
Alam ko
nag-host.
maganda yun, oh.
Actually, 8 years old pa lang nag-host,
Nag-host
si
na
Mike.
siya.
Oo,
grabe.
so,
Okay.
So, yeah.
so ngayon 18 siya eh.
Oo.
18 siya.
Wow.
So yun. Kita kami sa Starbucks, no? Di dalaw sila, couple sila. Tapos noon, yada ganyan. Ito po yung program, yada. Okay. As in, full presentation to. Like with a laptop and everything. Sa huli, two things yung nag-stick out para sa akin. Sabi, open-minded ka ba? Seryoso yun.
Oh my God,
Seryoso
that
yun.
question.
Seryoso yun. Baka naman pwedeng ganito na lang. Kasi alam mo, hindi mo natatanong yung business namin ni Mrs. eh.
Oh.
Naglabas din ng laptop, nag-present din sa akin. Eto na. Di, syempre, ano na tayo, di ba, okay, sige, nakinig ako, trying to secure a down payment. So, paano po gagawin natin? Yung price kinalahati niya, tapos nag-offer siya na baka products na lang nila yung kalahati.
Ex-deal.
Ex-deal. Sabi ko,
Wedding to.
oh, yung wedding. Not naming any names.
Okay.
May products naman.
Unless
May
you want
products
me to.
naman.
Ayun, comment nila kung if you want me to drop those names. Pero,
No.
But you have to hand it to them. Ang lakas ng loob,
Oo
ah.
nga,
I mean,
grabe.
just to clarify, we have nothing against
Yeah.
we have nothing against those type of businesses. I mean, it's a very noble
Yeah.
profession as
no
well.
doubt.
But it's just that you didn't expect it.
Na-counter presentation ako, pare.
Well, pero ilugar naman.
Binebentahan mo ko, bebentahan din kita.
Ex-deal. I
Diba,
mean,
ex-deal.
you have to love those people who have the you have the guts to do it. To do
Sales
that on the
talaga,
spot.
no? Dahil sa
Oo,
sales
as in,
talaga.
dilatagan din ako ng laptop.
Alam mo, kung ako yung kukunin ko, depende sa product. Baka magustuhan ko din eh.
Actually.
And they have their gatherings. Baka ikaw ulit ang kuning host, di ba?
Oo,
The events as well.
well, actually, yeah.
And I
Baka
think
naman
that's
pwede ma-refer. Yeah.
And I think that's what's interesting because any person, any interaction is a potential opportunity.
Oo.
Yes,
Well, just like
definitely.
recently lang, I hosted a client's wedding. I got it from Miss Vet. Hello, Miss Vet. And then he just recently contacted me na, hey, maybe you want to host yung sa events namin sa trabaho nila. So, nag-branch out na, hindi lang yung sa wedding and all. They saw the potential and then may offer din sila. So, I think, tama si Ana. It's always an opportunity. And let me just also answer the question, ano yung perfect meeting?
Go for it.
Pag-debut, si Mommy, si debutant, at si coordinator and ako.
Yes.
Kung may coordinator.
Sana may coordinate.
Yun yung perfect scenario for a debut.
Yeah.
Kasi mahirap. Kasi sometimes, si coordinator may sariling program. Tapos ikaw may sariling program, you have to meet halfway. Or at least may masunod sa inyong dalawa.
Totoo.
Mahirap kasi on the day, dun kayo magkakaroon ng clash on the So, I always ask na the client kung meron kayong coordinator, then isama natin sa meeting. Para alam nila how my program flows and let's say may input sila. Depende rin yan sa coord kasi I have naman mga suking coords na I know na program nila yung susundin.
Yes.
Hindi na ako nagtatanong, hindi na ako nag-i-input, program nyo na. Ganun na lang. So, sanay na kami. Minsan wala na nga kaming meeting eh.
Talking about coordinators and fellow suppliers, if you apply like some of the corporate principles about customer service, these are actually also your internal customers.
Yes. Customer lahat.
Right? I mean, because you're running the show, but you also have interactions with them. You have a responsibility.
Yes.
And that's what we always say as hosts, you have a responsibility to make sure that everyone is in sync, that the program goes according to how the client envisions it.
Yes.
Right? So very, very interesting. Again, we'd like to remind everyone that we're live on Facebook. So
Yes, we are.
we're live over DZRJ 8:10 a.m. and we're streaming on www.8trymedia.com. So do we have any new commenters on our Facebook
Meron
Live
ba?
feed?
Shano is watching. Good morning, guys. Beshi is with Idol.
Sean, si Shano. Hello, Shano. Sunday ngayon.
No, so I mean, feel free to ask any questions because or share your experiences because I think everyone really has a unique experience in dealing with customers. We love our customers so much because without them, we'd be, I don't know,
Yeah.
We won't exist.
we won't exist, right?
At saka,
Quick,
this
yeah.
client, especially when they ask us to host something, that is the occasion na super special for them. So it's like inviting, or you are being invited to their personal lives na rin eh.
Totoo.
Imagine kung wedding yan, forever kang nandun sa wedding video, na forever kang nandun sa album nila.
Totoo.
Diba? So you really have to live up to what you're doing as a host.
True.
So it's
Diba?
a responsibility.
Responsibility.
And if you
Oo,
do
ano.
great, there are repeat clients.
Exactly.
Pwedeng debut ni firstborn, ikaw ang nag-host hanggang sa
Kinasal na siya.
secondborn, kinasal
Uy, nangyayari yun, diba?
Nangyayari. I have
Oo.
repeat clients as
Oo.
well.
So
There you
sa
go.
mga matagal-tagal na nag-host, para to mga 15-20 years na nag-host, so
Ay,
siguro
grabe.
marami nang na-experience yan na ganyan.
May apo na ba? Pinausay ka ng apo?
Nagdebo na.
Oh, wow!
Nagdebut na yung...
So correction, 2 years old pa lang si Mike nag-start.
Hindi, seryoso.
Nagdebut na?
They're young parents and then ngayon meron silang 18-year-old. I'm about to host their It's
Wow.
actually on September 1st. So.
Wow. Galing.
Magdedebo pa lang yung anak nila. Quick commercial lang. I'd like to say hi to Rio Pantano. He's saying hi to
Oh,
you.
hi Rio.
Tony, sabi nga.
Hello,
Saka si
Rio.
Tammy David says, "Good morning, Ma'am Anna."
That's my cousin, actually.
Danielle
Good morning.
Salenga. Oh, that's your cousin.
Yes.
Hi, Tammy. Ayun, si Shano and Christoph Contreras,
Hi,
of course.
Christoph. Hello.
Kasama natin sa the Microphone Club. And
Correct.
speaking of the Microphone Club, ganitong umagang-umaga, nagme-message sa atin mismo, the voice master himself,
Oh.
Mr. Pozuelo
Wow, good
Gonzalez.
morning
Good
po.
morning,
Sir
Choi.
Sir.
Good morning, Sir Choi. Sabi nila, great program. I'm learning from everyone. Love you all. TMC is love and always create a culture of loving, caring, sharing,
Yeah.
and giving.
Love.
Love, love, love.
Love. That's what we're all about. That's what we're all about.
Yeah, and I was about to say, di ba, client meeting natin usually it's just a couple or yung client or yung debutant or whatever. Pero on the event kasi, may 150 packs ka ng kaharap. So lahat yun client mo na rin.
Yes,
Wala ka ng
that's
choice,
right.
di ba?
Yes.
150 packs yun magiging potential client mo. So you really have to make good dun sa unang meeting pa lang.
Kasi as a host, hindi lang naman yung nasa isip natin is to satisfy that certain client that we are serving for a
Lahat
certain
ng guest
period.
niya yun.
Yeah, lahat sila.
Totoo.
Kasi again, we are aiming for loyalty and repeat clients.
Yes. Okay, so now you've got through the meeting, but let's now move forward and let's talk about the actual event. And this is what because on the day itself, the client is actually very busy, right? You hardly get to see, so you have to rely on ano yung napag-usapan nyo. So how do you usually deal with that? If how can you connect with the customer, with the client, and make sure that what they envision for their event falls through?
So, day of the event, let's say this is a wedding, halimbawa. Syempre, you will be at the reception venue. Wala pa yung couple, syempre. Mga 1 hour, 2 hours before the actual program, nandun ka na. You do your sound check. You talk to the coordinator. Kung walang coordinator, ito tip lang sa mga bago nating hosts at walang coordinator, mag-print ng extra program for the waiter, for the lights and sounds, for the kamag-anak who will be the POC of the whole event. Kasi hahanapan ka kasi maraming beses na, a lot of times sa pagkakamalang coordinator. Kasi parang ikaw yung punong abala, ikaw na sa harap, and then sir, may program po kayo? Opo, ayan. So, ready na siya.
I'd like to thank Tony because he gave me the tip. So, the last wedding I hosted, I brought I think 5 or 6 copies.
tama yun.
Nagulat yung main caterer, yung head waiter, meron siya, yung lights and sound, so they all, and then yung si tita, and then si pinsan, lahat sila may
lahat yun.
Good job.
Yeah, so
pag debut extra sheets, lahat ng 18s nandun.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So hold the thought. We'll continue the conversation. We just have to break for a commercial. So see you in a bit.
Ito ang DZRJ 8 ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Ito ang DZRJ 810 AM A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Ulat sa Bayan. Paghahayag ng mga nagawa at gagampanang programa ng Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Pag-uulat ng tunay na kalagayan ng bayan mula Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Sa ikalawang pagkakataon ng paghahayag ng Ulat sa Bayan, muling alamin ang mga adhikain at nais gawin ng punong ehekutibo para sa ikauunlad ng Pilipinas. Pakinggan ang Ulat sa Bayan ni Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte sa July 24, 2017 dito sa DZRJ 810 AM A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Mga napapanahon at nagbabagang impormasyon. Balitang tanghali. Ihahatid ni Ray Langit 30 minuto ng mga rumaragasang balita alas 12 hanggang alas 12:30. Samahan si Ray Langit tuwing Lunes hanggang Biyernes dito sa DZRJ 810 AM A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Incorporated.
We're back. So good morning. Welcome back to the Microphone Club radio show. This is your host, Anna David.
Yes, and this is your co-host, Mike Acuna. We are live over DZRJ 810 AM, online streaming at www.8trymedia.com. Like us on Facebook, 8Try Media. Follow us on Twitter, 8Try Media. Follow us on Instagram, 8Try Media. And our text line in Viber is 0939-914-3988. Our hotline is 412-0T, live simulcast DYME Masbate, Explore TV Channel 17, Phil Products, Cable TV Butuan, 107.1 Power FM Puerto Princesa, Palawan, and 97.1 Wow FM Rojas, Northern Palawan. Good morning.
So good morning once again. For those just tuning in, we are talking about the end-to-end customer experience, specifically for our industry, which is events hosting.
Yeah.
So we've had interesting discussions on mga memorable meetings, first meetings with the client, and now we're actually in the main event.
Yeah.
Right?
We
so
are.
how do we deliver a superior customer experience or a client experience in their events?
Yeah. I'd like to ask pala, no? First things first, for hosts, diba? At least for the male hosts who are here, what would be in your breast pocket? Syempre meron tayong parang kailangan nating na like a starter or a pro kit, right? Anong laman ng breast pocket mo sa events, Frank?
Are you actually referring to the makeup and all that?
Lahat ng kailangan ng hosts for an event to be. Yes. Yes.
So for Tony, it's a whole suitcase.
It's a whole suitcase.
I just had to say sorry. I couldn't.
Sabi ko
Sorry
na nga
for
ba, Ane?
Just had.
Isang buong kotse.
Kaya pala ganun kotse ni
Ang
Tony.
dami.
So anyway,
Hindi,
Frank.
sige.
So for Frank, yes.
During the meeting kasi, I asked what the groom will be wearing.
Oh.
Tama
Para hindi na
yan.
kami parehas ng suot. Kasi
Okay.
I've had a wedding na hindi ko pinost sa page ko actually kasi parehas
Pareho ng
kami ng
kulay.
suot. Grabe. Color gay. Yung gray suit ko po. Ganun talaga yung suot
Uy, I
ng
asked that
groom.
din. Kasi nga, pagdating sa stage, dapat umangat naman yung bride and groom. So, talagang magbe-basic ka. Kasi I had that same thing. Buti na lang may extra dahil nga buong suitcase yung dala ko. Si uso ngayon yung blue na suit, di ba?
Yes,
Eh,
yes,
magbo-blue din ako, sige, sa Tagaytay, blue. blue din siya. Same shade. O, nag-black na lang ako. Kaya ganun.
Pero it's always safe to bring an extra color of clothes para may pamalit ka.
Tama.
And the makeup, the makeup kapag wala akong kasamang assistant na magme-make up sa akin, I have my basic makeup kit.
Team Frank Rizzo, I love it.
Pero yung pinaka-practical sa breast pocket, ball pen.
Pen, highlighter, no?
Oo, highlight. Ay, isa din natutunan ko just recently, ibang color ng pen, wag black.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kasi yung usually it's black print, di ba?
Yes.
Mag-violet ka or
I'm
pink.
using violet na.
Oo, kasi para kung may changes, you would see right away.
Lutang agad, no?
Lutang agad yung changes mo, yung mga corrections mo, yung mga erasures or whatever
And
on
you know
the day
that's
itself.
your, whatever you wrote, right? Kasi kung may ibang nakisulat dun sa same
Correct.
piece of paper.
Kaya I'm not sure for the rest kasi nakikita ko some hosts, they use iPad.
Yeah.
Ako talaga old school, papel.
Ako din.
At
So
ball pen.
how do you feel about that? Like, is there anything wrong with hosts who use iPads or any tablets? Like, is it eyesore? Would we go as far as to say it's eyesore? Is it distracting for when people are hosting?
I'm not sure. It depends on you, but sa akin, I'm comfortable with paper and ball pen.
Yeah.
Yung old
Pero
school.
it can also
Naman.
go with the event. Say you're hosting a cell phone launch, iPad launch, and all, tablet launch. So, ganun ang gagamitin natin. So, to promote na the product.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and we have that. What do you call it when you have an index
Cue card.
So there's
cards.
you have something covered, and then it's branded with the event, so it becomes part of it.
Or use your own like use a clipboard tapos like use your the hashtag that you're using
Oo,
diba? Para makita
nandoon.
nila.
So part na rin yun ng again branding and then customer service na rin and
That's right.
all. Being kasi minsan whole experience of hosting ko never naging yung mismong nasunod yung ano talaga may changes yan every single event.
Okay.
So part of you wowing your customer or your clients or whoever or the organizer is that you pick up on the corrections right away.
Yes.
Right. I have a
Ganon.
question, Pa. Let's say that we've fast forwarded from the meeting. Say the meeting went well, right? Perfectly well. And then the day on the day itself, do you have clients who just have, temper flares na biglang nag-ibang anyo? Tapos ikaw yung napagbuntungan niya.
Nang galit.
Oo, like has that ever happened to you? Like basically the worst experience that you've had with a client?
No naman. I just had one experience. So I yung medyo nag-start pa ako. It's a debut. So nagkaroon ng tantrums yung debutant. So I went inside the
kind of
dressing room.
tantrums?
As in crying talaga.
Okay.
Kasi parang it didn't work out well do sa organizer. She was crying literally. And I was there na lang to comfort her. Okay, we'll start the program na. You fix yourself na and all those things. So hindi naman na ano sa akin yung galit. Pero mahirap magsimula nung ganon, diba? So I just have to be there to comfort her and talk to her. Pep talk. Ganon.
And I think my tip there would be just remember that it's not about you, meaning they've invested so much of their time, money, effort, and all their hopes and dreams into this one 3-hour
event.
3-hour event. So the
Exactly.
emotions are so high, and usually hindi naman sila nagagalit dun sa host talaga. It's just really the stress, the anxiety. So malas mo na lang kung ikaw yung
Pero totoo yun, Micah. On the meeting, sobrang okay.
Yeah.
Pero on the day itself, some hormonal imbalance happens. So, kasi halo-halo na di ba? Halo-halo na yung emotions mo. So, konting trigger lang, pumuputok agad.
So that's why I guess part of the responsibility of a good host is to make everything flow as smoothly as possible. Kung magkakaproblema man, wag galing sa'yo. So that includes don't come early, whatever your agreed time is, because it adds to their, don't add to their stress and anxiety of running the whole event to begin with.
Pero 'di ba usually pag may organizer, may problema sila, ikaw ang sumusolve
Yes.
on the spot.
That's your job. Right?
Oo,
Part of
talagang
it.
part ng job mo yan.
To make it as worry-free as possible. Because you imagine if it's a wedding or a debut, it's supposed to be a happy time. And you look back, let's say a week, a month, a year after, and say, wow, this is really a stress. This is the most stressful
day.
day of your life just because you want a nice picture, for example. You know, so sometimes
That's
it's not,
trivial, di ba?
it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So maybe let's talk about client horror stories.
Sa akin, answering
Go, Frank.
your question, Mike,
Yes,
for
yes.
for a client having temper. No, sa akin wala pa namang client. Normally, it's somebody from the family who know nothing about what we've talked about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Amen.
Yan, ang daming ganon.
Can you
ano?
paint us a picture of how that happened
Okay.
for you?
Well, meron akong kliyente, maayos ang usapan namin. Ito yung program namin. Lahat yon masusunod. Ito yung napag-usapan. Lahat ng request ng client, nakalisa na. And then I tried to make it personalized talaga for their event. And then there's this tita, lalapit sa akin.
There's always that tita.
The Tita Zilla.
Tita Zilla.
I love titas of Manila. There's this tita. Meron na bang may checklist siya.
Oh.
May there's this ganyan. Pwede bang iuna to? And then what I did was I have explained to that person na ito po may usapan kami ni client. This is what will happen sa event, and then it's just a matter of educating that person actually of what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I think
That's-
it's really not about. It's a lot of it is mismatch of expectations,
Yeah.
right? So it's good that it's a good way. Meaning there'll always be something that wrong that
Yeah.
happens, but it's how you deal with it.
So
And
just
one-
wanna...
yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Si Tita wala dun sa meeting.
Wala.
Oo.
Kaya din,
Yun.
nagre-request ako sa client kung sino yung taong involved na makikialam on the day of the event. Sana nandun talaga sa meeting.
Kasi I just wanna shout out lang kay Tita Erlene, yung last wedding na host and coordinate kami. She's really hands-on. So, and she really knows her job. I mean, dati kasi nag-events din siya and all. So,
wow,
lucky.
okay.
so tinipon niya everyone, all the suppliers and all. And then, yung mga ganun, syempre, she has a say on the event itself. Kaya hands up po kay Tita Erlene if ever you're watching. And it really went smoothly and all. So, okay naman. Pero pag yung ganyan na hindi namang involved sa planning stage and then on the day itself, you become mas monster ka pa dun sa client mo and all, then that's something, you
See,
know.
that's one of the things that people misunderstand about what we do, both as suppliers and hosts, and even the people who have teams that coordinate with events or the clients themselves. It's very easy for the people around us who are not in that circle that what we're doing is so easy that we can make changes just like that, and parang it's really easy for them to insert themselves anywhere.
Yeah. And
in the
anytime.
program at any time, right. So
Totoo, no? Yung mga parang, uy, si ganito gustong magsalita.
yeah,
Wait lang po. We're
exactly.
following a timeline.
Time.
Diba?
See, people, that's what makes us professionals. It's the timeline that we are bound to follow and abide by. Yun eh. If you can't be able, it takes time management.
Yeah.
It takes a great program, and it takes, for you to come up with a great program, it takes years of experience.
And they might,
diba?
oversee, I mean not oversee, but they might bypass that time management thing, but because we're also helping the client sa fee nung venue. Kasi if you go overtime,
Exactly.
hindi naman ikaw magbabayad si client, diba?
Exactly. Tama yun.
And I think one thing it would be good to remember is that if there is that tita or mommy or who have these suggestions, what's good to bear in mind is that we all want the best for the event, but it's just
Totoo.
that we all have different ways of getting
ikaw
there.
din, Ana, diba? You've handled or hosted some events wherein there were people who kind of weren't on the same page with you. Or
Yeah.
they were on the wrong page, so to speak.
Yeah.
Parang, can you share with us? Can you share that with us? Because you host too.
Yeah, so I mean, there are many ways of delivering a program, right? So even if you have the best intentions, for example, I had an event. Syempre inisip ko, gusto nila straight English hosting, for example, because for some people they would consider that as a plus, as a plus. But then I realized when I saw that this is my very, very first event. And then when I saw that the audience wasn't responding,
Mhm.
and then I saw that the couple was very nervous, as they're a very young couple, I had to adjust. So, and then nung nag-Taglish na ako, nagjo-joke na ako, medyo kinakausap ko din yung couple, medyo the crowd started to warm up. And I think the lesson there is that you also, delivering customer service, or superior customer service, is not about you. It's about what the customer needs and wants and needs at that particular
Yes,
time.
Agree.
Right.
At
Yeah,
that point.
yeah.
So as host, you have to be really at the moment, always at the moment.
Yes.
Kasi pag nakita mo ganyan, you have to adjust talaga agad-agad.
Because I would think there might be some hosts or professionals and talents in general, you're so set that ito yung gagawin ko.
Mm-mm.
Oo.
Does that happen to you? Like you already have a set, this is how I want to, this is the game I want to do, this is how I want to run it, this is my spiel, and you're just so attached to.
Yeah. You know, you have those hosts too. Na parang okay, they've been doing it for a considerable amount of time, and then they think, yan na yun. Diba? They stop there. This is how I do my program, and this is how I will do my program from now on. Before you know it, 6 years have passed. It's still the same program, and these hosts wonder, paano na nila nalaman to? It's like when I pitch it to the client, when I pitch this kind of program, parang it's nothing new to them anymore. That's why it's really important for you to live in that moment and actually be spontaneous. Because when you go back to the drawing board and redo your program, diba? Parang there's something that I've been doing for too long here. It's getting tired already. What is the next step? What is the new innovation for making a program, and how will it affect me? It's got to be good for me too, diba?
Exactly. And to bank on that, diba, I've said earlier, most of my clients are referrals. So kamag-anak ni ganito, kamag-anak ni ganyan. So you have somehow the same audience.
Yes.
So you have to reinvent yourself the next time they see you. Kasi pag nakita ka nila, ay ganun ulit yung ginawa niya, parang ganun sa wedding ni ganito. You have to change it. Hindi porke, nakakuha akong referral, sige, cookie cutter na yan. Hindi. Iibahin mo dapat yan. Parang laging bago every time they see you. Kasi let's say sa isang client lang recently, naka-apat yata kami for them na iba-ibang iba-ibang occasions. So dapat I have to change also. Pati damit ko dapat lang mag-iba. Kasi yung picture, di ba? So ganun kasimpleng ganun. And then the program flow dapat iba-iba. The games and all. Yung mga opening spiel mo dapat different din.
Yeah. It's that it's custom fit. Yes,
Custom fit.
Ayan, totoo. Kasi sa akin, most of my clients are coming from sa church namin, Victory in Christ Christian Fellowship International. So, kapag merong week 1 client from the church, week 2 client from the church, week 3 client from the church as well, you really have to be different the next time you face them, because it's gonna be the same audience.
And the guests are the same. And I think one thing we need to also realize is that there's really no one size fits all. Even if your program is exactly the same church, same venue, same caterer, same sequence, but remember the celebrants or the couple will always be different. So you'll always have different personalities. Iba yung hilig nila, iba yung crowd. I mean, you'll never have exactly the same crowd. So you really have to change it up every time. With that, how do you make with that, it really is a challenge. How do you make your events unique in how you host?
Well, it's really imperative to have a meeting so you know what the client wants, what their expectations are, and how they would want the program to run. So it has to be tailored fit to what the clients want, because at the end of the day, we are serving clients. It's not us, right?
Yeah, so what can you give me an example of what specifically do you have a unique, let's say, trademark when you do your hosting? Do you have a unique style, or how do you want to be known as to your clients, prospective and current clients, as a host? What's your style or trademark? Yan event ni Frank Rizzo yan.
Well, I do a crazy hi, hello, hi greetings. I do recently talking about innovation. I added dancing remember my post
the
na
dancing host
yung coordinator who asked me to dance. Well, I am not a dancer, but I was challenged to that word of the coordinator. I want you to dance.
Wow.
As if
Anong dance?
Bravo.
I want you to dance for my entire July and June event. I've been dancing. Hindi
Wow.
naman dancing for moves lang. To my clients who loved my dance, thank you so much. No, give me a message sila.
let me try to understand this more. So you lead them in a dance. So you're like it's like a flash mob or something.
Yeah. Happy dance.
Wow. So for everyone having their upcoming events, and you're looking for someone who can lead you in a happy dance, that's Frank Rizzo for you.
Dadagdagan na si Jill tsaka si Frank. Si Jill ngo tsaka siya pwede na for dancing
Yeah.
host.
Hi, Ate Jill.
So I'm sure Mike has a lot to share because Mike also has aside from being a host, you have a value add, right?
I try.
No, I mean
try.
like when you sing, for example. So
Yes.
how would
Yeah, you sing.
so how
Yes.
would you make that? How would you make that as your trademark or add that in your when
What
you
I
host
try to
events?
do is, because it's out there naman on my page na I sing, right? Like I sing with a band and I have no problems. Minsan in-include ko sa kontrata ko na okay, I can throw in like 2 to 3 songs.
Ano pag
Or
nag-more?
sometimes hindi. Pag nag-more, then walang problema sa akin. I bring my own instrumentals. For example, for one of our members, Mark Ko, he was primarily a wedding singer, and he's a performer. He's an acoustic performer. Ngayon, he hosts too. So, ang galing, 'di ba? For those talents to be offered or presented on the venue itself or on the event itself, it makes your clients feel, lalo na kapag sinurpresa mo sila na parang, you know what, sa sarili mo, may minsan mararamdaman mo na, uy, alam mo, ang galing nitong client, ng client na to, itong couple na to, you know what, I think a song or two won't hurt.
Right.
So I just hop on stage, and whether it be my instrumentals or the band that they got for that event, I sing. So ayun, kumbaga parang it's like a bonus. And then sabihin nila sa akin, hindi ko alam kumakanta ka pala. So parang okay, so that adds to my, I think it adds to my charm. And I'm not trying to sound conceited when I do that. At least if you're a host, you have a charm.
Yes.
It's automatic.
Yung
diba?
charisma mo sa tao.
Charisma.
No?
Yeah, you can say that.
And I think that charisma, your specific charisma or the personality and character you exude, it doesn't appeal to everyone, right? So may binabagayan din yan. So if
Correct.
you have future clients who are looking for that kind of host, are you looking for a host that can sing? Are you looking for a host that can dance? Or
diba?
looking for a totally terrific host like Tony? Then they will naturally gravitate towards you. It's really a good match, right?
Ako wala akong ma-offer na iba, di mo ako kumakanta, di mo ako sumasayaw. Pero I think what I can say na pwede kong ma-offer kay customer is just, I think I bank on customer service. I've been in that industry for so long na master ko na siguro maski pa paano on how to deal with pre, post, and during the event. And I put my coordination skills na rin inside. And I think that's what also nagugustuhan nila kasi let's say walang organizer and all, hindi naman ako madamot na parang, ay ma'am, if I may suggest, sana po may ganito, ganyan. Then I give them the rationale. I'm not upselling na, dapat kumuha ka ng coordination. No, it's not that. I just want it to be as organized as possible because if not, ako rin mahihirapan. Pare-pareho tayong mahihirapan in the event itself. So I think that would be, I should say, na-offer ko extra apart from what I do. Na nag-co-host lang.
That's your
diba?
value add. And in observing, because of course these guys are more senior than me, and in observing how Tony works with his clients, because he also coaches me, I'd like to say he's one of the most professional, and probably that's yun yung tumatatak sa clients mo, that you're very professional in the way you deal with your clients, right?
Pag email pa lang sa email pa lang yung written words mo, yung correspondence mo. Kasi when you send an email, may sarili siyang tono when she reads that.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Even if how polite you are, when you're typing it and you're choosing the words, pero the way the customers or the clients reads that, iba din eh. So you really have to be careful yung mga choice of words
So
and all.
nice.
So kahit sila K lang ang sinesend sa akin, I still put my whole thing there,
Yeah.
It's like a template that you use there.
Oo. Minsan wala ng template kung ano na lang, pero
wow.
maayos siya talagang na isi-send kay customer.
So I guess
Kay
that helps
client.
because you picked a lot of those skills up from your day job also, right? So if you have someone who might not have been exposed as much to the corporate world, it may be more difficult.
Yeah.
It won't be as natural for them to respond to inquiries that way.
Correct. And then people skills din kasi I've been handling people and all that. So maski pa paano alam mo nang i-cater yung mga ganitong klaseng tao.
Okay, so sa lahat ng mga teammates ni Tony na tuning in, yung mga kanyang mga trainees, paki-comment lang kung naniniwala.
Totoo ba yun? Totoo ba yun? So mga ano ko dyan, hindi. Pero siguro that's the thing. Yung professionalism, mafe-feel naman ni customer. At the same time, hindi lang yung stiff professionalism yung we're talking about here. You put a little bit of personality. And just what I just realized lang din kahapon, yung client, she was really thankful for helping her out on her big day and whatnot. So she mentions pa na every time, because she's an American, so ang time difference namin during the online transaction ay 15 hours. So nagtataka siya every time she texts me at night her time, nagre-reply ako, which is 4 a.m. sa atin. And just the time naman na gising na ako and I have to go to work and all that. So nagkataon, pero I think that would put a value onto it na if your client says or let's say messages you on Facebook or email, you reply, wag yung scene zone.
Yun yung yeah, I think
yung scene zone.
that falls under that sounds like it falls under the concept of going the extra mile.
Yes.
So if I may share, in my younger years when I was in sales,
Younger
yeah, in my
You're
younger
still young
years,
though.
yeah.
I think there's a song that goes with that.
So in my younger years when I was in sales, or my more active years, I would have, because I used to work for a telco, so hello to all my former office mates again, especially for a telco, you'd have to have service connected 24/7, right? But of course, other people, if they have a day job, ang iniisip lang nila, 5 o'clock na, 6 o'clock na, wala na.
Tapos
But
na.
I mean, not to brag, but this is my trademark, and you can ask any of my former clients. Let's say if their line goes down at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or I will really respond. Like, siguro kaya mababaw ang tulog ko because I lived in that industry. I worked in that industry for so long. Not for so long, but it was a really intense period in my life. So, and hindi ko sila tinataguan. Sasagot ako kagad whether or not I have a response for them or not. And I guess that's what they appreciate because they really give me that feedback. It's not something that I assume it's what they value, but they really say, we appreciate na parang dinadamayan mo sila.
Yes.
Kasi importante yun na nare-realize mo na, for example, for events that they really have so much riding on this event. So delivering that extra mile, they really value it. They appreciate it so much.
Or kahit naman sa industry, di ba, even sa BPO, di ba, we always tell our agents, you go the extra mile. But what does it really mean to go the extra mile?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Exactly.
So, little things lang. It doesn't have to be really grand. Mapaano mo lang si customer, I did not expect that coming. Di ba?
Yeah.
So,
And I think what customers see there and appreciate is actually the effort.
Mm-mm.
They don't expect the effort, and that goes with any relationships, right? It's the effort that they, sorry.
Correct. Aga.
no,
Alas 11 na, tama lang.
Tama lang.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's really the effort that people appreciate, and delighting the customers, surprising them, because in this day and age, people expect na tataguan ako nito, or siguro mahirap kausap to, hahabulin ko, or kailangan ko mag-follow up, and that's something, right, in our day jobs, that's so common na you're so frustrated kasi follow up ka ng follow up, pero pag inunahan mo yung tao na giving them an update or proactively giving a suggestion, then it really makes a difference.
Well, lalo na sa industry na ito, na, especially for couples, they put their bank account onto the event, and, skeptical sila kapag nakita ka lang online, di ba? Or they refer ka lang ng kung sino, and then, you just have to really prove yourself electronically.
Yeah. And just to add on to that, yung correspondence, the mere fact that the customer say inquired to have your services availed, it's very important to say thank you on set. Pagka nagtanong, hi Frank, are you available? Oh, thank you so much for considering events hosting by Frank Rizzo to host your event. That's my normal phrase. Sa umpisa pa lang.
Yeah, great. So,
nag-abalay, no?
yeah, I mean, that's a trademark, right? That's a trademark. So, Mike, do we have any new comments on our...
Yes, we do. Actually, sabi ni Christoph Contreras, Powerhouse, am I looking at the Justice League? Great Sunday, guys.
That's a Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Okay. And of course, our friend Jamie, sabi niya, I'm learning so much here. This is 101 for me. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, because Jamie's an aspiring host, so she's also asking me.
Sana marami sa'yo natututunan, no, yung mga experiences natin.
Yeah, so to all our listeners and viewers, if you are learning something from what we're talking about, please send us a comment so at least we know what's interesting to you.
Or if you're shy to comment, just text any of us. Alam mo yun, if you know our numbers, yes. Ayun.
Or Facebook message.
Or PM.
Facebook, PM nyo lang kami.
Yeah, okay. So on that thought, time check, it's 11:20.
Yes.
We have to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Ito ang DZRJ 810 AM H-Rai Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Deliver. Stand out and be the best with 8Try Media Pro Incorporated. Your way to infinite possibilities.
Makibahagi sa bawat talakayan. Ihayag ang inyong reaksyon sa mga programa ng 8Try Media sa aming mga social media accounts. 8Try Media-TV sa Facebook, 8Try Media DZRJ 810 sa Twitter, at 8Try Media sa Instagram. Makiisa sa bawat programa ng 8Try Media sa social media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. 8Try Media DZRJ 810 AM. This program is brought to you by 8Try Media Pro Incorporated.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Microphone Club radio show. So this Sunday we're talking about the customer experience for our clients who are mostly who get us our services for their events. So good morning once again. Hi, Tony.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. It's quite a bad weather today. Pero maraming salamat pa rin sa mga nanonood. Siguro they're just lying in bed and watching us and all.
Hirap bumangon. So for those who aren't familiar, the Microphone Club again is a organization of events hosts, voice talents, voice artists. Yeah, so first of all, we'd like to greet all our listeners and all the members of the Microphone Club, and a special shout out to our producer and one of the co-founders of the Microphone Club, Mr. Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez. So good morning.
Good morning.
And also to our program manager for this episode, Miss Vet Lauzon. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss
Vet. So before the break, we were talking about going the extra mile for our clients. So do you have other experiences to share about going the extra mile for our clients?
Ikaw, Frank, mga extra mile.
Everything I can offer, I offer to the client. Say for example, sa mga games nila, they would not expect that they also have prizes.
Oh,
for the game.
Wow! That's really going the extra mile.
Yeah, ayun. So just an additional to what they can give to the winning, say it's a couples game, to the winning couple or to the bachelor and bachelorette's game, I give extra prizes.
Ako naman, props.
May dala kang
Ready
props.
ako ng props.
In your suitcase?
In my suitcase. May lobo, may chalk, may board, lahat. No?
At minsan nakakalimutan ng coordinator yung pins. So,
Oh, for the
Meron
money,
din.
for the money
For the
dance.
prosperity dance, yes. May dala ding pins.
Oh wait, sorry, because sorry to jump back and forth, but going back to your suitcase, I think
Yeah. I
we
posted
didn't-
something like that before, diba?
Yeah, we didn't get to discuss much of that kanina, but there's a question about what do you bring in your for male hosts specifically. So what is in your
What's in my suitcase?
what's in your magic suitcase?
Oh, okay.
Tony?
So, ang dami. Wait, isa-isahin natin. So, first, yung sa personals, of course, yung suit mo, yung damit, and extra shirt. I have my props. Yun nga, yung just in case na nakalimutan ni coordinator or ni couple. I have yung mga scissors, pantahe. Kasi there was one time na nasira yung pants ko during an event. So, kailangan tahiin siya sa gilid. And gunting, maraming ball pen. Extra copies of the program. I also have, of course, my grooming set. I have 3 spray nets.
Spray nets.
Depende yan kung sa severity ng ng hair and the hair situation. And yeah, depende rin sa let's say maglalast yung event, parang wala nang ayos-ayos kasi dire-diretso na siya. I have my water, I have my baon, may sandwich, kung may crackers kasi minsan talagang you really have gutuman to hanggang end ng hanggang end ng shift mo dun sa event. I also have well, for the grooming, yung basic lang naman. Wag na natin sabihin yung basic madami yun. Madami yun.
Yeah.
So basic after all.
Well, basic, not basic after all.
It's very so I think being prepared in itself is something we owe to our clients,
Yes.
right? I mean, someone as prepared as that to have a whole suitcase of props, stuff. I mean, if the client sees that you're that prepared, it really shows something that you value their event.
Ang pau, envelope. Minsan hinahanapin ako, may extra envelope ka ba?
That happened, yeah,
mga
yeah, I heard
mag-kick
that.
papakim-kem sa
Yes, this prosperity dance. Prosperity dance, they do that. Yung we used to do it like how it was done before when you had safety pins.
Yan nga
You put
sabi
it
ni
on the-
Frank.
You put it on the bride. Pero ngayon nga, it's done with one coordinator ideally. Yun pa pala. I wanted to ask you, for the events that you host, is it a part of your rider, kumbaga,
Yeah.
or your requirement to be able to host effectively, to have one POC or like one coordinator stick with you in case there are any changes or in case you need anything? What do you think about that?
We call that a host shadow.
A shadow.
Yes,
There we go.
meron dapat.
Or an MC assist. I've
MC
heard
assist.
someone call that an MC
I call that
assist.
I
an
think it goes
MC
by
assist.
different names, no? Yeah.
Oo.
Yeah.
Pero yes, when I coordinate,
Mhm.
kung hindi ako yung nag-host, pag ako yung host, sige, kuya, kahit wala akong MC assist.
Mhm.
Minsan na lang ako if I need assistance. Pero pag let's say hindi ako nag-host, may iba, ako yung MC assist.
Yes.
And it happens a lot of times rin na wala akong MC assist
Right.
kahit may coordinator.
Right. One
It's
other question
difficult.
that I wanted to ask you is for the people who are new to the business, who are new to the industry, would you advise them to have an MC assist as part of their requirements, or is it going to be a shorter learning curve or a longer learning curve for that matter if they don't have one? How is it
Ako
going to help?
siguro,
Kasi, diba, the kind of hosts that you guys have become, meron kayong kanya-kanyang baptism by fire.
yes.
Right. So, I
Totoo
mean,
yan.
what would be your advice to the people who are new to the business?
Sa akin, part of the contract, going back to the contract, it's stipulated there that I can bring one assistant who knows exactly how I run the program, so that if ever there's no specific POC allotted by the clients or the coordinator,
Right.
somebody will be there to shadow the event for me.
Right.
Ako din, may gano'n. As much as possible, I bring my handler, si Larry, so, with me. So, he also oversees the event. Pero, to a certain extent lang. Kasi, technically, you just paid for my services, not for his.
Okay.
Ano ko na lang din yun. As a handler for me, minsan kapag nakasalang na ako, may tatawagin ko na lang siya. Pero yung tipong prior to the event siya yung maghahanap ng gano'n. Hindi. Kasi if there's a coordinator, that's your job. Minsan, if wala siya, then it's me alone. And I'd say siguro, few stints, sige, magdala ka. Pero gusto ko yung baptism by fire.
Diba?
Kasi doon ako natuto. Doon ka talaga mahahasa.
How about
to-
you, Anna? What was your baptism by fire? I mean, it had to be somewhere along your I don't know, like your first years, like being exposed to events, and primarily I understand that you're really more, you started out more as a behind the scenes prod kind of person.
Producer
There
ako.
you go.
Producer talaga ako and
Yeah.
handler.
Yeah.
Yun ang aking peg. But I think the best way is learning by doing. You know, even I think if I have any of my former office mates in Laguna, in that company I used to work for in Laguna and Batangas, the first Christmas party I had to organize. So this is from an organizer perspective. We had to run a Christmas party for about 2,000 people, and we did not have an organizer. So it was all internal because we had a tight budget that year, but we still felt, the company felt it was important for the employees to have their Christmas party. So tinipid namin yon. Pero oh my God, talagang lahat, pati yung pagpipindot ng ilaw, ikaw magdidirect. So without any prior experience. But then it's you look back and you appreciate, kasi kung hindi mo nadaanan yon, hindi mo malalaman kung ano yung importante, ano yung kailangan, right? If you always had a PA and an MC assist, you wouldn't really know, for example, ano yung mga concerns ni tita or ni mother ng bride. When you have to do it yourself, then you really learn.
Yes.
Right? So
Totoo
yun
yan.
yung mga interesting thoughts about that.
And
Pero,
it happens all the time. It happens every day. The best coordinators that I've worked with used to be hosts.
Or minsan the starting now, 'di ba, parang they put it as a package, because they know the program. So even when I do my corporate in my day job, when I do, since I am the one by default who organizes a lot of our internal communications events, I would also be the host. Kasi kung kabisado mo yung program, ikaw ang nag-design ng program, it will be very natural for you to be the
Totoo yan.
host.
Kahit nakapikit ka, mawala yung script mo, mawala yung cue card mo.
Walang script. Walang
dire-diretso ka lang.
Dire-diretso lang, and
Totoo
it's
yan.
very natural.
So, I just wanna ask you, kasi since you've been working behind the scenes, and then when you started, ikaw na yung frontliner as a host, was it that difficult for you to adjust, or ano na lang yung challenge? Talagang ako yung nag-interview sa host.
Yeah, no, because, well, even for, let's say, family events, it's hard because if you're, like, you know me very well, I'm really a hands-on kind of person, but I felt the most effective hosts are those who can really stay in character.
Yes.
Meaning, you have to just stay at the side and really think of what would be the next segment. Aralin mo, basahin mo, sanayan mo yung sarili mo. And don't distract yourself with the other goings on as much as possible.
Totoo yun.
So that's the hardest thing I had to learn. Kasi kung punong abala ka, and ikaw din ang host, medyo mahirap. And you might also be selling the client short because you're dividing your time and attention.
So, and ano rin, I mean, over time, I learned that na itanggalin ko yung character ko as a coordinator, kasi when I coordinate, minsan ako din yung host. So, tinatanggal ko talaga yung persona ko as a coordinator pag nakasalang na ako, and then I have the other staff, and Larry lead everyone else sa co-ord. Kasi minsan, nangyari na yung facial expression mo nakikita sa video sa harapan, na parang punong abala ka nga, nakikita na yung mukha mo. So, kailangan talaga you have to be out of the organizer character pag nag-host ka na.
And it's important, I guess, to be very self-aware on what your role is for that day. For example, I organized an event. It was a golf tournament for the office, for work, and we hired a professional host. And she said, "Oh, Anna, so why aren't you the host for this event?" Because they know I could do it. But I said, I had to be fair to the event. I cannot be the organizer and the host at the same time. I mean, something's got to give because you only have so much attention span.
Yeah.
So baka may makaligtaan ka either way, either as a host or as the organizer kung nahati yung attention mo. Yeah.
Correct.
So, very interesting these things we're talking about. Do we have any questions or comments from the
Actually,
Facebook?
Jin Kimuya, si
Jin.
Yeah, we had him on the show like previous in the previous episodes. He says he's learning a lot. So, buddy, I'm glad you feel that way, and we hope that this is helpful enough to apply, to your own hosting stints or in public speaking in general.
Right.
And that's what the Microphone Club is all about. We're here to teach each other, help each other, and the best way to teach is share from our own experience. I mean, these are things that you can't learn from any book. It's really from hard difficult experiences. I mean, and really learning by doing.
Someone actually said na she's taking down notes.
Yes,
is that-
Danielle
Oo.
Salenga.
Oh, that's
Yes,
Jamie.
That's Jamie.
So Jamie, please do
She's
continue
taking
taking down
down
notes because
Yeah.
later I'll give you a quiz.
May Q&A din to.
May Q&A.
My
Parang
Q&A,
kagabi.
my
Yeah.
Q&A.
Alright.
Yeah.
Galing.
So, assuming that our customer is delighted, right?
Yes.
So, we all know that the natural consequence of that is to get good feedback. We hope we get feedback. I think hindi masyadong natural sa Pilipino yung pagbibigay ng good feedback. Mas madali magreklamo.
Yes.
True. That's
Ramdam ko yung pagtuturo mo.
Nakita mo yung
True.
Ay,
Okay, so let's go first to the positive feedback. So, normally, how would clients express their appreciation to you and share their feedback on how you did?
Well, right after you deliver your closing spiels, people will go lalapit sa'yo and then say you did a really good job. They will get your calling cards for a possible referral, for a possible event and whatnot. And meron din namang feedback, mag-rate sa Facebook page mo.
Wow! Galing.
I've had clients na nanghingi ng bank account for tip na hindi na ibigay.
I think you posted something about that last time, no?
Hindi ko alam pa. First time ko kasi usually, after the event,
Bibigay.
inabot ng client na to, nag-message siya. So, I don't know how to...
So, how did that make you feel? How did that make you feel?
Every time talaga, whenever I receive good feedback, parang teary-eyed. I have another hashtag the teary-eyed host.
Dumami ng hashtag.
Teary ay mangiyak-ngayak.
But-
Ako naman, well, I learned this and I hope everyone can pick this one up from our workshop with Paolo Bediones before. After the event, don't leave yet. Parang tayo ka lang doon. You know? I mean, it's also a form of you na, well, to fish din siguro.
I'm
For
here.
feedback. Yes, I'm here. Tayo ka lang, smile ka lang and thank the people na umattend and all. And then doon na mag-start. Kasi pag after your opening, closing spiel, bigay ka ng mic sa license house, alis ka na, kuha ka ng talent fee. Wala eh. So, stay ka lang ng konti. That's one tip that I got from him. And I've been doing that ever since. Ngiti-ngiti lang ako. And then, that's the time na lumalapit na sila sa'yo na, uy, ang galing mo. And, thank you so much, ganyan. So, and, paano nag-thank you or paano nila na-appreciate din sa monetary, gift or something. But what I am really looking forward to is isa sa mga guest lumapit. Siya yung client siguro expected mo na thank you, ganyan, and the coordinator. Pero pag isa sa mga guest or principal sponsor yung lumapit, parang doon ako kinikilig.
So what do they say? So could you give an example of a very nice, yung pagpataba ng puso that you would hear?
Ano ba? Simple thank you lang na, galing, magsaya, ganyan. And, I mean, I really cannot think of the concrete verbatim of the guest. Pero, yung na-extend mo kasi yung service mo, hindi lang sa couple hanggang doon sa kaduluduluhang table na appreciate ka. I think that's enough for me.
And which is what we were talking about, right? The audience is also our clients, our customers. And it's our responsibility to make sure na natuwa sila.
True. And it goes with all suppliers din kasi dapat lahat matouch mo yon, yung photo, video, yung food, lahat. So pati ikaw as host.
Tama, totoo yun. To piggyback on what Tony shared with us, yung sa akin, that's a really good idea. I learned there's one other thing I learned from kanina I mentioned a host having her own prod now. I mean, Rockford Productions. Hi, Miss Bing. Ayun, she's one of the best. Miss Bing Pascual is one of the best. Sinabi niya ganun sa akin, never, ever, ever outro. Just introduce them to the party. That way, you can stand around. They can stand around, and you can, maybe, get jiggy a little, groove a little with the crowd, because you're trying to get them to the dance floor. It's party time. So, supposing that, we have those events that end way later than projected, but we also have those events that are just right on time, and these people want to party. So, parang if you groove with them, sabi ko, okay, that all sounds good and well, but how do I get my name out there? Parang, don't worry. If you stick around long enough, just like what Paolo said, if you stick around long enough, of course, you can't expect everyone to remember your name the first time you introduced yourself. Huwag ka na mag-outro, huwag mo na sabihin pangalan mo if they really like your service. And if they're really interested, they're gonna ask for your name again. They're gonna say, oh, ang galing mo. Ano ulit name mo? Diba? Tapos, then, what does that mean? That means that the clients have filtered themselves into the ones who are actually interested in your service. So yun, sabi ko, oh wow, that makes, my mind was blown the first time I heard that, and I kept on doing it. I mean, it's helped me immensely.
And there are times na hindi pa tapos yung program ay lumalapit na sa'yo. Yeah, and minsan at the middle of the program may nagte-text na din sa'yo. So parang din ako, wow, okay, I think I'm doing a good job.
That says a lot.
Diba?
That says a lot about.
I think for me in the early years when I would do mostly family pro bono type of work, and this is why probably I ended up in this sort of racket, is because I would get approached by not my own family members. Hello to all my family members, but the guests, and they would say, "Hey, do you do this? Do you really do this for a living? I mean, you're really good." I mean, I'm like, wow, really? Thank you, tita. And then, so nakakataba ng puso, and it's a validation of the effort you put in to making that event the best event possible for the person, for the client, the honoree, the celebrant, the bride, the couple. So that's something, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And right, the most powerful, it's a very powerful thing when sila mismo yung humingi ng pangalan mo, rather than you keep on putting yourself out there. Hey, don't forget, this is my hashtag. Don't forget. I mean, but
correct.
Totoo.
out of the 200 people, 150 people there, the likelihood that you would get a repeat customer or more business is higher if someone would actually come up to you and ask for your name. It's just like you're 90% there. Kulang na lang kung magtapat yung oras, yung budget.
And yung perspective ko naman dyan is that let's say you really did a good job on the event itself, tapos someone got you, and then from the crowd, maganda rin yung client mo mismo on that particular event would parang support the person na kumuha sa'yo na, ay, kunin mo yan kasi ganyan siya. So, doon na pumasok yung customer service mo before pa ng event, before pa ng meeting and all. Kasi na si client, yung client mo, parang nagpatotoo na it's just not just your host. Meaning maganda yung pakikitungo niya, is professional and also add point na yun para sa'yo. Diba? Okay,
so time check, it's 11:41. This is I think this portion of the conversation is something that a lot of people can pick up a lot of tips from, but we'll have to pause for a commercial break. This is the Microphone Club Show. We'll be right back.
Ito ang DZRJ 810 AM A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Uy, si Miss, unang tingin pa lang, puti na. Kinis pa.
Nag-Myra Vita White Hand and Body Lotion kasi. May vitamin E beads and natural plant extracts that help nourish skin deep inside for a healthy white glow. Puti at kinis,
Ay!
hanggang malapitan.
Yala na.
Healthy white glow sa Myra Vita White Lotion. Yan ang alagang holistic by Myra. Trusted quality healthcare. Unilab yan. Stand out and be the best with 8 Media Pro Incorporated. Your way to infinite possibilities.
And we're back. Welcome back to the Microphone Club radio show here on 8 Media DZRJ 810 AM. Okay, so again, before we continue, we'd like to acknowledge some of our partners or the people who have made this show possible.
Yes, and by the people who made this show possible, we're talking about Creative Voices. Creative Voices Productions is the country's leading voiceover services company in the Philippines. We have produced thousands of voiceovers for commercials, dubbed anime and telenovelas, video games, audiobooks, video presentations, and many more. It is also the home of the first and the only voice acting school in the country, the Philippine Center for Voice Acting. Since 2005, it has produced more than 1,000 graduates. We can claim that 90% of the voice artists, hosts, broadcasters, and voiceovers in the Philippines have come from our school. The Patrology Academy is a training organization. Okay, one more. The Patrology Academy is a training organization with the mission to inspire, motivate, and empower Filipinos towards greatness, excellence, and success. We offer trainings, workshops, and team-building programs to schools, companies, and all types of organizations to help individuals unlock their potential and become the best version of themselves. Founded by Pocholo, the Voice Master Gonzalez, the most recognized Filipino voice artist, veteran radio broadcaster, internationally awarded youth advocate, author, highly sought after voice director, trainer, and motivational speaker. There we go, ladies and gentlemen.
So good morning. Again, we'd like to say good morning to our producer, Sir Choi. So, Choi Gonzalez.
Sir Choi.
Thank you very much for tuning in. He is tuned in, right? So
yes.
He sent you a text. So
yes,
we'd like to say good morning to you. And before the break,
yes,
we were talking about
feedback.
Getting feedback. So of course, for every there's positive feedback, but there's also negative, or what I would like to call points for improvement.
Yes.
Right? So what are the ways that you've received this type of feedback, and how did you adjust?
Ako, recently, I don't mean to sound conceited or anything like that, pero most of the feedback, the constructive feedback that was given to me, I gained that when during my first years of hosting. Siguro anywhere between second and third year of hosting. Parang yes, you're not gonna be perfect the first year.
For sure.
Or the third or the fourth year, diba? Parang there's matter of fact, you're never gonna be perfect, but you are going to get to this place wherein you're operating at such a comfortable level of energy, and you know your stuff already. You know how to profile your clients and the crowd for that matter. So kahit anong events ka na isabak, you have this style now that you can't go wrong. It's gonna be fail proof. And if I'm to tell all the aspiring public speakers or hosts out there, come up with your own style. And one of the ways for you to get to that point is when you surround yourselves with people who are actually successful at what they do. Pagdating sa hosting. So I did just that, learned from the best, and that's what I'm trying to do back and try to pay forward to everyone who wants to learn. Hi to Jamie pala. So I'm so glad that Jamie and Jin, to name a few of our
Mark,
and Mark, of course, naming a few of the people who are viewing us right now and watching us live streaming on YouTube and Facebook. Maraming salamat, and they are learning a lot, especially of course from the terrific host and the total host. We have Tony Bilaro and Frank Rizzo still here at 11:47 a.m.
Yes.
So this is about to get even more interesting, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So what's interesting about what I picked up from what you said, Mike, is at a certain point you settle into your own style, because I guess dun ka mahihirapan if you're trying to copy someone. But when you're so comfortable with how you are as a host, or maybe how you are as a person, ito na naman ako. How you are as a person, then that will show, right? Because medyo mahirap to be a poser.
Yeah.
Totoo.
I mean, mahirap i-carry yun.
You sustain that for 2 or 3 hours hosting, tapos, diba?
Correct. I guess that what makes acting so difficult
Yeah.
because you're really putting yourself
Yeah.
in another role. Speaking of acting, we'd like to greet
Yes. Mr. Mox de Vera and his brother JC we were at the Pineapple Lab last night for the viewing of Best Party Ever. Ang galing. It was very gripping, very interesting, and a story worth telling.
Yeah,
Ang galing,
so-
galing.
So catch the Best Party Ever. It'll be shown in the
Cinemalaya.
upcoming Cinemalaya. So just a little pitch for that because we
Yeah.
really enjoyed
Yes.
that
I'm looking
movie.
forward to
Thoroughly.
that. I asked Mike kanina how can I catch the movie. So
Yeah.
Congratulations to Mr. JC De Vera for winning Best Actor.
Wow, congratulations.
Grabe, you've never seen JC De Vera like that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I
galing.
suggest you watch that
Galing.
movie. Galing.
Oh, nice,
Okay.
nice.
So going back to the topic,
Feedback.
So negative feedback, Frank. Frank, when was the last time you received one? Or did you ever receive?
Yes. Also, sa younger years.
Mm-mm.
Younger years.
Wow.
Bata pa naman talaga ako. I'm just 25 years old. Ano?
Oh.
Ayan. Somebody told me, because I've hosted a 50th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
I was too loud. That was the comment.
Oh.
You're too loud.
But that's that kind of a comment. I wouldn't even take that as negative.
Yeah. So, constructive as it is
Yeah.
actually. So, because most of the guests are actually
Seniors.
oldies.
Ah,
Because being the natural, energetic person that I am, with a loud voice, when you
Mm-mm.
give me the microphone, the energy level is 200%.
I can attest to that.
Yeah,
You've
ganon.
seen him na.
I've seen him in action. Yes.
Ganon ang level. So, nag-adjust ako ng konti whenever the guests are, ayun na nga, oldies.
Geriatrics.
The geriatric society.
Correct.
Yeah, mga yan, lolas of Manila.
Correct. Well,
Yeah.
for me naman, I proactively seek feedback from my handlers kay Larry kasi he always sees me. So yung pagpauwi, anong comment mo dun sa yung salitang ganyan paulit-ulit mo sinabi. Parang oo nga paulit-ulit yung adjective ko. So, those things. So I proactively ask for it sa kanya kasi he sees it differently kay client. Parang pag sinabi ni client na okay, galing pero mas technical siya tumingin, 'di ba? So yun. So, dun ako nagre-rely din sa feedback na gano'n.
Ganyan din. Because I would usually bring my wife to video my hosting.
Mm-mm.
And part din ng comment niya yung mga transition words.
Mm-mm.
Galing na
Napaulit-ulit.
napipick up niya yun,
Yeah.
ha?
Yeah, ayan, transition words.
Adjective na yan, paulit-ulit, transition words.
Yung transition words. See, I'd like to start off with this. Kumbaga, you'd still see the best hosts or the seasoned hosts still make this mistake. Please do not use the word anyway in any event when you're trying to send
parang sa next segment. Anyway. Ganon.
Kaya moving forward. At saka yung mga like the gestures, even the gestures that you make are very important. In our own ways, we are actors trying to act out how happy we are, how proud we are, honored we are, to be in that event. So if you had like any advice along those lines, like things that you used to do, I'm guilty of that, but things that like minor things which could affect your performance. It is a performance, which could affect your performance in a negative way. Anong mga advice na kumbaga parang the don'ts na tayo, do sa don'ts natin while performing?
And there was silence.
And
So,
there was
nag-iisip
silence.
talaga kami. No?
They're positive thinkers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
But you guys have learned. I think it's safe to assume that not every one of us learned the easy way, especially you guys. Kasi tagal nyo na rin nag-host.
Siguro yung do na lang siguro. Do listen.
Do
To
listen.
people
Nice, yes.
who give you feedback or comments or whatnot. Don't get hurt. It's for your own good. I mean, always have this perspective na you can't please everyone. Lahat
Totoo.
sila may sariling taste on what they want to see, what they want to hear. In
Yeah.
that case, diba, parang tulaw daw. Pero siguro sa iba, okay yon, diba?
Yes.
So, always keep an open mind. And an open, well, I would say an open heart.
Yes.
And then always listen. Ang sabi ko about listening, diba? We can only improve if you listen, diba?
Totoo. I agree with that. Pero it happens even to the most seasoned hosts like yourself. Do you still Do you still find yourself zoning out sometimes pag nag-event ka?
Oo naman. Pero yung siguro nakuha ko na rin yung art of being at the moment kahit hindi. Alam mo yun, na parang, alam mo yun, nawawala ka and all. Pero medyo mabilis lang, buti na lang, medyo mabilis minsan. So, na medyo natatakpan. Na hindi mo kang nasa-zone out.
I'm not sure kung si Frank medyo mas prone, kung prone doon si Frank kasi his energy is always up, diba? I mean, you've seen him host.
Actually, I haven't seen you host. I've seen I've seen Tony and Frank, and really you and for me as a newbie host, it's interesting when I give feedback because they ask for feedback from me. So it's also humbling because it's a learning experience for me, and I actually look forward. Sana one day may mag-observe din sa akin because always pag ako meron wala mag-observe sa akin. But I guess at the end of the day, the most the feedback that matters the most is from the client, right? So nung inabutan ako the last one, inabutan ako ni tita, sabi ng isang ninoy, parang maiyak-iyak ka kasi I mean, because I'm very new at this, right? And I'm used to being a client. I'm used to being the one giving a tip. But it's very humbling when you're the one receiving it.
Yeah.
Totoo.
I mean, then you realize, I must have been doing something good. This semi-vocation that I found myself in is
I like that, a vocation talaga.
It is
Totoo
a vocation.
naman.
It's a calling.
Totoo.
I always say, if you find your purpose in life, you have to answer. It's a responsibility that you have to fulfill, right? So we're wrapping up.
Yeah.
So maybe towards the end,
we can talk about after sales na ba? Or
we can talk about after sales. So after sales, para namang I mean, how do you keep in touch with your clients after? And probably, do you add them on Facebook? Kasi medyo that's a gray area, right?
Oh, ako I have
post-event.
them,
Let's call it post-event.
Post-event,
yeah. I have them on Facebook. I mean, most of them, until now, I mean, I'm liking their post, they're liking my post. Yung mga ganon. Just keeping them in the loop, nandun pa din. So, just want to show them na I still continue what I do. And I'm glad that you became part of my journey as a host. And once in a while, pag lumalabas sa feed ko, anniversary na pala nila. Na, let's say, yung nag-wedding or nag-birthday or what.
Magkaka-baby.
Diba? Yan talaga.
So, I'd like to greet she. So, sila magkaka-baby.
Meron na. Iba yung feeling, no? Iba yung feeling. Parang feeling mo, anak mo rin or something. Yan, nakikita mo kasi you were there at the beginning and then nakikita mo yung progress and also I mean, ako okay lang sa akin na they'll be on my Facebook list.
You, Frank, how do you do post-event customer management?
Well, I'm not the one adding them on Facebook. If they add me, accept ako.
Okay.
Pero I have part of the correspondence still, after the event, I send out thank you message for having me sa event. And then, I don't offer kasi yung review. I don't solicit review. Sila na ang bahalang mag-review sa Facebook page ko if they would want to. Ayun.
I guess I see because I've seen your page. So, people have put reviews there. So, maybe sila na nagkukusa kasi nakita nila may mga previous na reviews. But that idea of sending a thank you note is super effective.
Super nice. It's very nice. It's warm. It's a warm gesture.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mike, how about you? What's your post-event standard? I don't have a lot of events. So I don't have a standard. So what's your standard?
What I do is I thank them for having me at their event. Sabi ko, alam mo yun, totoo naman almost all the events that I've done, I wouldn't mind doing it all over again. And then I try to gain a review from them. I try to say somewhere along the lines of, hey, maybe this is, I know it's been a while, but and it may be too late for me to ask for this, but would you mind providing a review for me? Just a short, nothing too lengthy, just something that would summarize, the experience that you had with me as your host on your event. You may or may not include your name. Maraming salamat. So I think that sends the message, at least in my case, it sends the message to my clients that, hey, I don't really see myself doing anything else other than this. At saka, while I'm on it, I want to improve.
Yes,
the only way that I'm going to get that is through their honest, transparent reviews.
Feedback,
that's why I try to gain feedback from them.
Great.
Right. Yeah.
So with that, I think we've come towards the end of our show.
Nakabitin naman.
Yeah.
Dami pa eh.
2 hours na pala.
2 hours na. Time flies when you're having fun.
Madami pa.
We'd like to thank everyone who tuned in today, and of course we'll have a replay. You can watch the replay over and over if you want to pick up certain points. But with that, maybe we can do one round and let everyone know. You can let everyone know how they can contact you, what you do.
Yes.
So can you
So
start off,
again,
Tony?
just follow me on my Instagram. That's at Tony Bilaro, and my official hashtag is the Tural Host. You can also follow us on Facebook. That's Laura and Antonio Events Management. And just a quick shout out lang sa lahat ng clients ko and potential ones. Hello. And yeah, that's it. So just follow me and I'll follow you as well.
Thank you, Tony. And Frank?
Well, I've made it simple for you. You can search me sa Instagram at saka sa Facebook at The Terrific Host. My official hashtag as well is hashtag The Terrific Host. Or if you want to visit my official Facebook page, that's Events Hosting by Frank Rizzo. And you can also tune in to Call Center Radio. That's every Sunday 7 to 8 a.m. This same station.
A few hours ago.
Last shout-outs. Last shout-outs. I want to say hi to Jamie. Thank you so much for sticking it out on this episode. Also to Lynn Rizzo. To Angie Abanto Aquino. Hi Angie. And to my niece Anne Monique. Thanks for watching. So you can for more tips if you guys want to really get to get your feet wet with hosting, and if you need help with anything that's hosting related at all or public speaking, hit me up on facebook.com/testmic12. That's one word, testmic12. And if you're on Instagram, if you're more of a grammar, you can look for me at you can find me using the handle Mike Hosts 2. That's Mike Hosts DOO. Yun. Maraming salamat.
So thank you. And for me, my Facebook page is Events by Anna David, and my Instagram account is Events by Anna David. I have other Instagram accounts, but just follow one and you'll see the rest there.
Just about to count all those.
Yeah, but if you want to follow me on my personal Instagram account, that's at Miyata Mommy. All right. So with that, we hope you enjoyed our discussion today. Let's hear more interesting topics next Sunday for another 2 hours of motivation and empowerment only here at the Microphone Club radio show. Again, in the name of our founder and producer, the one and only voice master of the Philippines, Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez, we are your hosts, Anna David.
This has been Mike Acuña
Saying,
availability is the best ability
from Pochology. Thank you and see you next Sunday.
Ito 10 a.m. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Makibahagi sa bawat talakayan. Ihayag ang inyong reaksyon sa mga programa ng A-Try Media sa aming mga social media accounts. A-Try Media-TV sa Facebook, A-Try Media DZRJ 810 sa Twitter, at A-Try Media sa Instagram. Makiisa sa bawat programa ng A-Try Media sa social media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Ulat sa Bayan, SONA 2017 sa DZRJ 810 AM. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. This program is brought to you by A-Try Media Pro Incorporated.